49 years in the making, the first total eclipse of the sun to travel coast to coast across the U.S. We've got you covered. Hello, everyone. I'm meteorologist Julie Martin, and we have special coverage all day long for you right here at the Weather Channel to celebrate this event. And right now, we want to get right to the forecast here in terms of the eclipse weather and that timing. First of all, a look at the big picture here, the line of totality stretching from Oregon through Jackson Hole, Carbondale, Nashville, down into South Carolina before it is all said and done. Really a spectacular event like nothing many of us have ever seen, and it's really one of those once-in-a-lifetime deals. This is a look at where we will also be looking at 90% of the totality. So, you know, even if you are not in the line of totality, does not mean you're not going to get to experience the eclipse. Plenty of people across the country, in fact, everyone is going to experience some part of it today. And taking a look here, this is 75%, and we're stretching again now back into even portions of Florida. Just incredible here. Chicago, this is going to be where we're looking at some more of the stormy and the cloud cover here, and we'll get to more on that in just a moment. But 50%, here we go, all the way back down into Texas now. Some of you experiencing the eclipse, 50% of the cloud cover there. So taking a look at totality, the duration of the total obscuration of the sun during the eclipse. So that is what totality means. If you were in the line of full totality, that means, of course, it is going to be completely covered and really not going to be noticing any much of the sun at all, other than a little bit around the edges. So taking a look at the viewing conditions, these are the models for the cloud cover, which is very important today, right? The clouds could be obscuring your view. Looks pretty good here in the west. We'll have to watch out for a little bit of smoke from some of the wildfires kind of coming into play. But in largely speaking here, good conditions there, excellent conditions across the southern plains. Here in the central U.S., the upper Midwest, that's where conditions are going to be not so good, a little bit more on the poor side for you, as we do have some showers and storms moving through the area. We get into the mid-Atlantic here, looks like so-so conditions for you. And then once we get south of, say, Atlanta, Georgia, conditions are going to be a little bit more touch and go in terms of possibly some thunderstorms coming into play, and certainly some more cloud cover as well, which is pretty typical in the southeast this time of year. So let's focus in on the west here. Seattle, 83% cloud cover for you today. So right here along the Pacific Northwest, right along the coastal areas, not going to be as good in terms of the viewing here. But once we get inland, look at this. Boise, 0% cloud cover. Reno, 0, as well as Salt Lake City. And really looking pretty good all the way to Denver here with just 5% cloud cover. So in all, looking very good here in the west. I mentioned that smoke from wildfires here as we get into portions of northern Oregon, right along the Washington border, so that could come into play. Of course, this is one of those areas, Madras here, where there will be totality. So we'll have to see if that really influences it at all. But overall, again, looking very good here in the west in terms of the cloud cover. So here's a look at the event itself, 11:18 Mountain Time. That's when it all begins, folks, and it will start its process there, moving through Madras around 11:20, eventually here into Ontario by 11:27 in the morning, and it's on the move, right? This is something you can't chase if you were wondering. Moving way too fast. Jackson Hole, 11:39 for you, and so on, and it continues on across the country. One of the places we'll be watching very closely, of course, Carbondale.
All right, Chris, exciting times out there. Thank you for that. And of course, for many of you, it is back to school. That goes for you here in Fort Worth, Texas as well, where actually eclipse conditions should be great. In fact, nice clear skies there for you throughout much of the day. Right now, though, temperatures are still on the soupy side here. We've got 81 here in Dallas, 81 in Houston, 79 there in Laredo. We can expect a hot day here in Texas. In fact, the heat indices, or those feels like temperatures, are going to be well up into the triple digits. So definitely something to think about before you do send the kids out the door. Today's highs in Dallas there, 94 degrees. Again, that feels like temperature is going to be up in the triple digits. 92 in Oklahoma City, 93 in Houston, and close to 100 degrees there in South Texas. So throughout the day today into tomorrow, we're going to stay on the hot side. Some changes, though, coming into the forecast for you in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. In fact, a storm system coming into the area by late tomorrow into Wednesday, and that's going to cause some very unsettled weather and possibly even some heavy downpours. So we're going to keep you out ahead of any flooding issues as well. But we want to get back to our eclipse coverage now. Jen Carfagno live in Nashville.